Every age has a battlefield, because every age has something to protect. What begins as a clash of tribes becomes the engine of empires.
We follow it so we can understand what it changed.
Technology, power, belief, fear. The story is written, then rewritten by those who survive it. From ancient rivers to modern skies.
This is the timeline of human conflict, ancient to modern.
Because war never starts in a vacuum. It starts where civilization starts. When people settled, walls appeared.
Walls mean ownership. Ownership invites conflict.
Of the Kudera, each era has signature weapons.
Signature reasons: land, trade, faith, ideology. We'll move by centuries, but we'll watch patterns repeat.
And we'll keep it real. No gore, no spectacle, just truth.
Our first stop, the first city-states.
Where kings counted grain and soldiers.
And then, history accelerates. In Mesopotamia, war meant raids, walls, and tribute. Bronze made weapons and status.
The earliest wars were local, but the idea was huge. Control.
Along the Nile, power gathered behind a single crown.
Mobility changed everything.
War becomes strategy, measured in routes and supply.
Empires rise where trade flows, because trade funds armies.
And war protects profit.
Sometimes, peace leaves fewer traces than war.
But across continents, states learn the same lesson: organize or fall.
Then iron arrives, and the scale expands.
Now, war becomes identity.
In Greece, war rode on oars and arguments. Citizen soldiers defended city ideals.
Wars like the Greco-Persian conflicts reshaped East-West imagination.
Logistics, not just bravery, decided outcomes.
War becomes planning. Rome turns war into infrastructure. Discipline becomes a weapon.
Punic Wars prove a brutal truth. Sea power can decide land empires.
In Greece, war rode on oars and arguments. Victory brings expansion. Expansion brings instability.
Civil wars show the danger of power concentrated too long.
From republic to empire, war changes government. And then the world fractures and reconnects. In medieval life, war lived next door.
Protection becomes personal. Sieges define the era, because walls define power.
Engineering meets fear. Range changes the battlefield. Crusades, faith, politics, and profit entangled.
Religion becomes a banner, often hiding deeper ambitions.
Then the steppe arrives. Mongol expansion rewires trade and terror across Eurasia. Speed becomes supremacy.
The medieval world isn't dark. It's connected by conflict and exchange.
War can destroy roads or force them open. And then a substance changes the sound of history. Gunpowder announces the next age. Empires go global, and war follows. If you want to understand how war shaped our world, stay with us. Oceans become highways for conquest. War industrializes, slowly, then suddenly.
The 30 Years' War shows Europe how faith can ignite politics for decades.
Armies grow. Civilians suffer the most, often unseen.
Modern war is paperwork and supply.
Standing armies demand taxes. Taxes demand governments.
Discipline becomes doctrine!
Rhythm turns men into units.
Then nations discover a new weapon, the idea of the citizen.
Revolutions transform who fights and why.
Napoleonic wars scale conflict like never before. And then the machine age arrives. Railroads compress distance, so wars expand. Information becomes a battlefield.
The American Civil War reveals modern logistics and modern tragedy.
Industry feeds the front.
Imperial competition turns continents into chessboards.
Borders drawn far away ignite conflicts up close. Then the spark catches. World War I, a continental war becomes a global wound. Stalemate turns time itself into an enemy.
This is where modern war learns mass scale.
The battlefield becomes a machine.
World War II. Ideology weaponized. Industry mobilized.
Production becomes power.
This is war on every ocean, every sky, every home front.
Secrets decide battles.
Civilians become targets, whether anyone admits it or not.
And then, a new sun is born.
The nuclear age doesn't just end a war. It haunts every peace after.
The world divides without always firing the first shot. Two systems, one planet, endless pressure.
Information becomes ammunition.
Korea, Vietnam, Afghanistan, proxy wars, real people, real costs.
Wars fought far from the superpowers, but shaped by them.
Diplomacy becomes a second front.
Walls return, this time across ideology.
And yet, history doesn't stop. It mutates.
Into an age of fast wars and slower consequences.
Two systems, one planet, endless pressure.
Information becomes ammunition.
Korea, Vietnam, Afghanistan, proxy wars, real people, real costs.
Wars fought far from the superpowers, but shaped by them.
Diplomacy becomes a second front.
Walls return, this time across ideology.
And yet, history doesn't stop. It mutates.
Into an age of fast wars and slower consequences.
High-tech warfare promises precision. Reality stays messy.
Distance doesn't remove moral weight.
The battlefield now includes servers, satellites, and supply chains.
Cyber conflict targets systems before soldiers. Modern nations run on networks, so networks become targets.
And when misinformation spreads, It can move faster than armies.
Perception becomes terrain.
Conflict doesn't vanish, it relocates.
So what do all eras share?
Land, palette, story.
War leaves scars, but it also leaves questions.
In this series, we'll slow down and visit each era, one episode at a time.
History isn't just battles. It's people trying to rebuild.
Most humans don't fight wars. They live through them.
Next episode, the ancient world. City-states, early empires, and the first military revolutions.
Where writing begins and organized warfare follows.
Because to understand peace, you must understand what breaks it.
If you want the full series, subscribe and comment your country. I'll tailor the timeline to what you care about.
This is not a celebration. It's a lens.
And the next chapter begins.
History is not the past. It is the foundation of who we are.